So today we will be making Shchi. It's basically a simple cabbage soup with some meat. For this recipe I'll be using 1 cabbage, 2 potatoes, 1 medium-sized carrot, 2 bay leaves, half an onion. Today I'll be using 2 chicken thighs, but for this recipe you can use just about any meat you like. I usually use pork ribs. I just don't have them on hand today. So again, your preference. Some olive oil, dill, you can use fresh or frozen. I'm using frozen today. Some pepper and salt. I also have about 12 cups of water in my pot on the stove, ready to boil. Okay, so first things first, I am going to cut the fat off of my chicken. Just a little bit, you don't want any extras floating around in your soup. Let's cut that out. Okay, so here we have 2 chicken thighs. I cut off any excess fat, and we are just gonna throw this into our pot of boiling water. Okay, we brought our water to a boil. We are going to toss in our bay leaves and 2 teaspoons of salt. There's about half a teaspoon of pepper in here. And we will just toss in our chicken thighs. There you go. Now that all of that is in, we will let it boil for approximately 25-30 minutes. While that's cooking through, we will work on the rest of our ingredients. Next step, we have our half an onion, and we are just going to chop that up. Okay, next we will chop up our potatoes. We will grate our carrot next. Okay, that right there is probably enough, so I won't even use the whole carrot. And now for the final and probably most important part of the prep work, we are going to chop up this cabbage here. Okay, preheat your skillet, and this is where the olive oil comes in. Pour in a generous amount of olive oil and toss in your onions. And just to soften them a little bit, get the sweetness out, toss in the carrots. Okay, and honestly, that right there is enough. That's about as far as I go with this particular soup. Doesn't have to get any more creative than that. Turn that off. Okay, for our next step, I took out the chicken and I just want to shred that real quick. Yeah, it's cooked through very nicely. So just shred it a little bit. Okay, we have all of our shredded chicken right here. That's gonna go right back in. There you go. Next thing to go in would be the potatoes. We will let that boil. And let's go ahead and add the carrots and the onions in as well. Okay, so it has been boiling for about 5 minutes, and the potatoes are cut pretty thin, so they will cook through in time. And now let us toss in all of our cabbage. Okay, and we will bring that back up to a boil. Let's taste this. Let's taste the broth. Very good. So yummy. Okay, this has been boiling for, I don't know, maybe close to 7-8 minutes. I have been mixing it, tasting it. It tastes delicious. Again, add salt to taste, salt and pepper. Okay, last but not least, we will add the dill. There is about, I want to say 1 tablespoon of dill in here, but I mean, I don't think there's such a thing as, oh, you added too much dill. So there is that. Once the dill is in, soup is done. You toss that in at the very, very end. All right, let's taste.